What's going on? Born for Sports. And we are here to talk some Mets baseball. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, for anyone new to the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports. Yes, sir. I got my guy Ramon with me, and we are here to recap the Mets All-Star break. Ramon, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
like always.
yeah.
Yeah. How about you? How you doing tonight, dude?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I thought it'll be a good time for us to get into some Met baseball talk, and with the All Star game now, as every team is as the All Star game is now over, every team is now on a couple of day layoff after the game, and we just gonna recap some baseball, man. The second half is here, starting
Hmm.
Friday. I think there's some teams I think start on Thursday. I'm not sure, but if off the top of my head, but we're gonna talk some baseball. We're gonna talk some Mets baseball. What did you think, man, about this first half? As the Mets currently 55 and 42, they trail the Phillies by a half game in the NL East. You know, there was a time they were like 20 games over 500. They were rolling in early June, and
Hmm.
then injuries hit, and that June swoon happened, and it was a tough month. The Mets were really struggling to win some games in that June swoon they had, but thankfully they did not fall flat off the earth. They rebounded nicely so far in July, and they're starting to get things together. Coincidentally, I don't think coincidentally, I should say, that some guys have returned from the pitching rotation. What do you think about the first half, brother?
The first half, I'm actually, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm actually surprised about the first half. Not the offense. The offense, I figured that it would have some touch and go moments. Implementing Soto in there and finding out about your second base and third base and everything. It was the pitching staff, obviously. Like we had mentioned like many times before, it was the pitching staff. We were like, what the hell is going to happen with this pitching staff? Like Cannon Griffin, Clay Holmes. Like you looked at all those question marks and you were like,
Right.
okay, like I don't know what they're quite doing here, but maybe he knows something that we don't. And obviously, David Stearns proved that he knew something that we didn't. Because Clay
Right.
Holmes, with the exception of like he fifth inning of last game, he was obviously shaky and they roughed him up. But besides that, like he's been wow. Like I didn't expect him to be as good as he is as a starter now. I'm just going to
Right.
be 100% honest with you.
Right. I
I,
wasn't expecting a lot from him either. I'm we more on the less of I need to see it to believe it before we
yeah,
start buying in.
yeah, and then Cannon Griffin, the same thing, or Griffin Canning. I forget how.
Yeah,
I
Griffin
think it's
King.
Griffin. Yeah, so him, you saw his numbers in Oakland, and you're like, really? Like, even if that's a number five starter, do we really want to put that dude in there? He like 6 ERA. Like,
Yeah.
no, he pitched until he got hurt, obviously, which was super unfortunate.
Right.
You could have probably made the case for him to make the All Star team if
He
he would
was
have had a
pitching
couple
that
of.
good.
If he
Yeah.
was, yeah. So, and then unfortunately, Senga should be our ace. He should be.
Yeah. I think he is right now. I'll have to say.
But it's just health wise. That's
Yeah.
just my only issue.
Yeah. He's very delicate, man. No doubt about it.
Um, because when he's in there, like look at his ERA now, like 1.39 ERA. If he had enough innings, he'd be the ERA. He'd be in front of Paul Skeens right now.
Right. Right. He
So
was an all-star until he got hurt. He was an
mhm.
all-star, no doubt
And
about
then our all-star pitchers, David Peterson. It's like he took everything from like that second half of last season and the playoffs, and he's like, you know what? Let's go. Like this is who I am. This is what type of pitcher I am.
it.
That
Right.
old David Peterson, like that one that we were like, all right, like he's either going to pitch 7 innings and give you a quality start, or pitch 3 innings and get blown up. That's
Right.
not him no more.
Yeah.
That is not him no more. Like he's going to give you a quality start. He's a damn fine number 2 starter for
Yep.
us.
No doubt about
So
it. No doubt about it.
and then the bullpen, like in the beginning, the bullpen was lights out in the beginning, and they've since, like you said, the beginning of June, they've gotten roughed up a bit, which is the complete opposite of Edwin Diaz. In the beginning of the season, he was getting lit up. Now no one can touch him.
Yep.
So ebbs and flows. This is how baseball works. And but all things considered, with all the injuries to our pitching rotation and to our bullpen, because we've already 3 guys already out with Tommy John.
Right.
So I think to be a half game back, and
gotta take that every time.
But that just goes to show you how big of a lead they had.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a nice, comfortable lead.
They had a nice, comfortable lead that they went 4-16 in a span of 20 games.
Yeah.
And they were tied for first.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens with the exception of like maybe the American League Central. That happens in any other division. Like that other team is running away.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I totally agree with you, man. Let's get to the chat real quick. Cliff says he's checking in. Let's go, Mets. Yes, sir. He says, can either of you guys pitch for our squad right now? We really could use the help.
I could give you like 81 and maybe a curveball. That's about it, dude. And maybe I'll give you like 10 pitches. That's about all I can give you.
Bro, I'm situational, man. I need the old rules. I need the old rules to come back, bro. I need them to get that 3 batter minimum shit out of here. Give me one guy, I'll get you one.
That and let me take as long as I can. I don't want that 15-second pitch clock. Like I'm an old man. Give me some time.
Yeah, let me take my time and wear this thing out, bro. Let me warm this thing up.
You know what? That's a perfect segue. We got 2 or 3 like in waiting in the wings right now.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the positives, the first half positives of the Mets. You know, we're gonna talk about some positives. We're gonna talk about some negatives too. But let's start with the positives, man. And I gotta say, I like the way Juan Soto, the great Juan Soto, has rebounded after that slow start to the season. Mm-hmm. You know, it was a lot of heat coming his way in the first month and a half.
A lot of chatter. Yep.
A lot of chatter, a lot of nonsense, a lot of BS. Just a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? The whole, he misses the Yankees so badly, and he regrets his decision and all this other garbage. And I told you he's just a greedy SOB. Just that extra $5 million showed that that's all he cared about. All this other crap that came out that, by the way, was manufactured by a lot of Yankee media and Yankee haters. Michael K. All of that. Keith McPherson, who he's a funny guy, real funny guy. We kind of joke around on Twitter and stuff like that. But he's cool and all that. But he's real biased. He comes from the Bleacher Creature fanhood when he talks. We all know what he's trying to do at FAN. But whatever. A lot of Yankee nonsense that from the media itself, the writers who are just pro Yankee all the time, trying to make him out to be a bad guy and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. Well, I always felt like this. It's just ridiculous how much people will really feel scorn about him choosing to come to the Mets over the Yankees. He was there for 6 months. He wasn't a lifetime Yankee. He didn't play there for like 2-3 years. He didn't even be drafted by the Yankees. He was a rental. The Yankees made an offer. The Mets made a better one. He chose the Mets. Who cares? I just don't understand. And then, mind you, the Yankees are doing pretty decent themselves without him. So it's like
Aaron Judge is having a better freaking year this year.
I mean,
without him,
Aaron Judge is just on another level. You know what I'm saying? I just hope
there's superstars in baseball right now, and then Aaron Judge is like seriously, he's like a league above everyone else right now.
He's a tremendous ball player. He's probably one of the best hitters of this generation, if not the best hitter in this generation. Mm-hmm. Now.
I agreed. Easily.
From a Mets point of view, I don't hate on Aaron Judge. He's great.
I wish he was in our lineup too. Are you kidding me?
I mean, who wouldn't want a guy like him or Ohtani in their lineup?
Yeah,
I mean, like those players are special. But you know who was also special?
Juan
Juan
Soto.
fucking Soto. He's
Mhm.
one of the best hitters in baseball. He's top 3 all-around hitter in baseball. You can give me whoever you want to give me. Okay, you can put Judge and Ohtani, whatever order you want. But Soto is top 3, no doubt about it when he's right. And I felt like, he just kind of was trying to prove himself. He was just pressing. He was trying to prove his contract when he first started the season. And he finally relaxed. He got his swing down. It's baseball, folks. It's baseball. Even the greats go through slumps, man. And listen to this, the final numbers. 262 batting average. Okay, for Soto. And that's the funny thing about it, bro. Soto's numbers.
That's shitty for Soto.
It's like okay, it's average for Juan Soto because of the kind of player he is.
Mm-hmm.
But for any other player in the major leagues,
you're like, 262? You're like, I'll take that. Yeah.
He's an all-star with these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
262 batting average, 23 homers, 56 RBIs, 905 OPS, 11 steals. Just tore up the month of June and July. I mean, he's just been raking on a home run barrage. I believe he has more home runs this year in the first half than he did last year playing with Aaron Judge, or maybe tied with the same amount. I forget. But the man is just a tremendous player, and he should have been an all-star. And let me just say this, folks. Let me just say this, okay? I don't care what anyone says, okay? MLB just loves to take a big dump on the Steve Cohen Mets. Anytime the Mets pay somebody, they try to hold them away from the All-Star game. They try to downplay them and all that, the kind of player they are. But when they're on other teams, they're the greatest shits in sliced bread. Am I not? They did it to Lindor. They did it to Lindor the first few years when they paid Lindor. Then all of a sudden, no, we can't bring him in the All-Star game because, he started off the first month slow. Mm-hmm. Bullshit. How many players start off slow in the Major League and still make the All-Star team every damn year? Mm-hmm. Okay? Fernando Tatis, who I like as a player, didn't even deserve to be an All-Star this year over Juan Soto, okay? There was plenty of players that got in. First halves were bad, and they got in.
I love Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah, tremendous
player. And I love that. Okay, I understand that it is in Atlanta. I get that.
That's the only reason why he got in.
But he didn't play enough.
He didn't play enough games. He didn't play enough games. The only reason why no one said anything is because the game was in Atlanta. They wanted their guys. Well, you know what?
You know what? This started a while ago, dude. As soon as the Wilpons decided to sell to Cohen, the Wilpons and Major League Baseball at the time, they were like this. They were like this. They were part of the competition committee. Yeah, so, that was one of their boys. That was one of their right-hand men. So when they got bought out, they were like, "Oh, we don't have that same influence anymore in a big market like that no more." Right. Because remember, they were always playing poor. So they could point at the Mets and be like, "Oh, they're a big market team. You see, they don't have money to spend." See, it happens. It can happen to anyone. Now, Steve Cohen is there with the Steinbrenners, and they're just like, "Haha, money for everyone in Major League Baseball." That's why 2026 is looming. Yeah, on their heads right now.
Yeah. So it's annoying though, man. It's so annoying, Ramon, how ever since Steve Cohen got the Mets, now all of a sudden everyone complains about spending money and it's not good for the game and all this other shit. But when the Dodgers can freaking defer 20 players in offseason, it's all good. It's all good when the Dodgers do it. Put them all in the playoff. Put them all in the All-Star game.
And the Dodgers are owned by the Guggenheim Group.
Yeah. Which
has billions of dollars more than Steve Cohen could even freaking imagine.
It's crazy. It's crazy. An investment group. And then it's
you know what I'm saying? Like, but Steve Cohen is the bad guy.
Yeah. This is the bullshit that goes on. So let's pay him back.
Now we know, and honestly, like it's true. Now we know how Yankee fans have felt all those years because that's all they got thrown in their face. Oh, you buy your championships, so have your team spend money. I don't care.
Yeah.
At least they're willing to freaking spend money to try to get a better team. That's what Steve Cohen's doing now. That's what we didn't have before.
Right. Right.
We were counting on Jason Bays and Justin Marneau's at 42 years old. You know, like you can't do that.
It's insane.
And at that time, that was at Jacob deGrom's prime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we were spending.
Right.
Our big splash was what? Grandy, 4 years, $60 million.
Yeah, Granderson, Michael Kadire.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Those were our freaking. Are you kidding me? With that pitching staff that we had, we've always been. So now we're on the other end. Like I've never been a fan that's like the Yankees spend so much money. You know what? No, I don't give a shit.
I wanted to be just like that. I wanted
just like all the time. All the time.
Why not? Why not? That's where I was at with it. I was like, hey, I'm not mad at them for that. I wish my freaking owner gave a shit to do it. You know, we're New York too. We should be competing for the same guys. Like that never ending story. That's a story for another day. We all know the deal with the Will Pond's a bunch of garbage, but it just really pisses me off that the Mets, when the Mets get a great player in their team, all of a sudden now it's like pulling teeth to get them to be an all-star and get there and get the same recognition they got when they was on other teams. I'm not fooled by this bullshit. It's the stupid league conspiring against Steve Cohen. I'm telling you, that's what it is. There's always been chatter about they were worried about him spending money. And the one year he finally says, you know what, I'm going all out and I'm getting the guy I want. Instead of kind of, you know, I'll be in the mix and hey, you know,
like pick and choose who I can get.
Yeah, they pick and choose. He didn't go on a ridiculous spree every year, and now here we are. We trade for Lindor when he got here. We get Lindor. They paid him right away. All of a sudden, Francisco Lindor can't make the All-Star team. Yeah. And, you know, for the last few years, and he deserved to go every year. And I don't care what no one says about slow starting my ass. I don't care about none of that because there's plenty of players that start off slow this season. But you know what? When the numbers are there at the end, when the All-Star game is coming, they get put in. And I'm not even talking fan voting. I'm talking about the coaches and the
coaches and players. Yeah.
So what is it now? So now Juan Soto's not good enough to be an All-Star. Give me a fucking break. He had the same amount of home runs last year with the Yankees, and he made it. Why he couldn't make it this year?
I think it's jealousy. It's jealousy. It's that contract. It's jealousy. That's all it is. Yeah. They see the number and they expect. They see that number. You know, they don't look at like what he's done and what he's doing. They're like he should be hitting 400 with 50 home runs and 100 RBIs at the All-Star break.
No doubt.
Just
about it.
So you know what? Screw him. I don't honestly, like I told you in our group chat, let him get his rest. Let him use that as fuel.
Yeah, he's
let
gonna
him
be
go.
Pissed off. He's gonna be pissed off in the second half, and that's actually a good thing for the Mets, like you said. Cliff says Yankee fans are more bitter than them contestants on Love Island. New York Salties. Aaron Judge, a beast. If the Yankees aren't careful, he'll end up being this generation's Don Mattingly.
Well, except that he played in the World Series.
Yeah, he did get to the World Series.
He got to the World Series, at least he can say there. Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't perform.
Juan Soto, also 4th overall in the league in on-base percentage, .399.
Yeah.
So that's 130
Doesn't he lead the
difference.
National League? Doesn't he lead the National League, or is that
second?
That's second in the National League. Okay.
Will Smith from the Dodgers.
Yeah, not an All-Star though. Give me a fucking break.
It's all good, dude. Like I said, use it as fuel. Use it as fuel. Because honestly, I'd rather him have the commissioner's trophy in his hand at the end of the year than this shit. Honestly, I could give 2 fucks.
Yeah, of course, no doubt about it.
But you know what? They'll know. They know that they made a mistake, and he'll be in it next year. I guarantee you.
Yeah, well, hopefully. We said that about Lindor too, and what happened? How many years did it take for him to get in? It's crazy, bro.
He had to come in second MVP voting and start off incredibly hot this year. Because I think if that doesn't happen, he still doesn't start.
Yeah,
it's like they don't have.
Yeah, it's back to it. Cliff says that one problem with the All-Star game is the rule that every team has to have a representative. It's the only flaw. I agree, bro. Otherwise, it's really the best All-Star game. Also, I hate that stupid rule. You get guys that are in there that have no business even being there. It's true. It's true. I never liked that rule. Hey, the best players go. Simple as that. If you don't, if you're mad because you can't have one of your players be represented, go get a better players.
Yeah,
simple as that. Because go get better players, bro.
It happened. It used to happen in the 80s. Like the Cubs sucked.
Yeah,
but Andre Dawson was always on the All-Star team. Ryan Sandberg was always on the All-Star team because they were good. Like
Jeff Conine made it.
Let's be real. The Rockies aren't having my employer. The Rockies aren't having a good year this year, but Hunter Goodman is having a good year, so he damn well deserved to be an All-Star.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be a shitty team and have All-Stars in it. It's just that some of these shitty teams just have shitty players all together.
Yeah.
And what do you do then?
Yeah. So we just reward them for pulling out no, that's not the way it should be. The All-Star game is about the best players and stars of the game. It is not, hey, we got to make sure one team, even though they stink, has somebody there to represent. No. You want them to get represented? Tell them to go spend money and draft better and get better players. As simple as that. Cliff says, can't complain much about our first half, but we have to deal with a very tough National League. Cubs, Phillies, Padres, damn Dodgers, shaking my head. It is what it is. Yeah, the NL is a gauntlet.
That's not even including the freaking Brewers.
Yeah.
Because the Brewers are still dangerous.
They've been hot.
The Giants can still come back anytime. Yeah. Like they're still them. Like Arizona. Like if they go on a freaking like a two week hot streak, they could be right back in it and not sellers.
Yeah.
There's so many teams in the National League, man. Like
so many good teams.
I've never seen a National League like this deep before, honestly. Like ever.
It reminds me of
in my time of watching baseball, I should say.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of back in the late 80s, 90s when it was so many good teams, but the format was different. They were all in one division. You had the Cardinals, you had the Cubs, you had the Mets,
you had the Pirates, the Phillies.
It was a fucking gauntlet, bro.
It was a fucking bloodbath. Yeah.
It was two divisions, the NL East and the NL West. And he had a bunch of just crazy great teams. And the West was always good. They had the Dodgers, they had San Francisco,
Atlanta.
Atlanta Braves were there. It was a lot. It's been a while since the NL was this deep, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So we're going to have to be clicking on all cylinders. I also want to mention, speaking of Mr. Francisco Lindor, he is finally an All-Star. I definitely wanted to put that out there. That is a positive for the first half of the New York Mets after I mentioned how many times they shit on this man getting his due as an All-Star. He finally got it this year. Great job by the Met fans and baseball fans alike, giving this man his respect. He got in. He was voted as a starter, which is a tremendous feat. I'm glad to see it. First Met starter, shortstop since I think Jose Reyes started 1 year, I believe, in the All-Star game.
06.
06 was it, right? Yeah, that great 06 season the Mets had. They had like 2-3 starters. Yeah, Jose Reyes was the last shortstop in Mets history to start an All-Star game. And I'm on record as one of the biggest Jose Reyes fans there ever was as a Met fan. But I said it, Francisco Lindor is going to go down as one of the best players in franchise history and absolutely the best shortstop in franchise history.
I think he's our best shortstop already in franchise history.
I mean,
I'm with you. I love Reyes.
Me too.
I loved his electricity. I loved how he played. Always out there, always gave his best. But
yeah, it's Lindor. It's
Lindor.
Absolutely. He's more of a complete player. He's done it with more longevity. He's going to be a Hall of Famer when his career is done. Knock on wood, he stays healthy. He's going to own some shortstop MLB records because we all know shortstops have not been like a tremendous, home run record for the position. A-Rod obviously played shortstop, but he moved to third base for a lot of his career when he went to the Yankees. So a lot of his numbers is as a third baseman. So Francisco Lindor is going to have a lot of records before he's already I believe, how many players in the league? I'm trying to think off the top of it. 200 stolen bases and 200 home runs as a shortstop. That is
And remember, he just passed Jeter in home runs.
Yes. Yep.
So like, what is he, 4th or 5th all time in the shortstop list?
I think he's 4th. I believe he's 4th. Yeah.
And he still has,
plenty left.
Plenty.
It's about health. The tank. It's about health, as long as he stays healthy. And another thing that people do not talk about with this man, he plays every day. He plays every game, and because he wants to play every game. I know the Mets would prefer to give this man some days off, but the leader and the unofficial quote-unquote captain of the team, he goes out there and plays by example. As I said, the unofficial captain, he goes out there, plays every game. He's been playing also with a broken toe.
Broken right toe.
Yep. Broken right toe. And, he was struggling with it for a couple of weeks after he hurt him, but he was out there. He was playing every day. He got a couple of big hits when they needed him. And, he's starting to get his health back on that end as well, because before he got injured, he was putting up numbers. I mean, he was really playing well. He was hitting like over 280 and everything. So, hey, Francisco Lindor, shout out and salute to Francisco Lindor making his first All-Star game as a New York Met, man.
Well deserved. Should have happened a few years ago, but neither here nor there. I just hope that he can, even if he can keep up at this pace right here, for the rest of the second half, I'll be fine with that. Because he's on pace for what, almost 38 home runs, 30 stolen bases.
Yep.
I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
And he was hitting 260, 270.
Season. He was batting leadoff. Mendoza just moved him to the 2-hole.
And the only reason he moved him was because his foot. It was his foot. He was having trouble adjusting.
Yeah.
If you notice, the whole June swoon and everything started with his foot, and then Cannon went down and Samuel went down. And that was it.
Yep. That's when it started. That's exactly.
And then we started losing all of our bullpen guys. It was like, So,
it happens, man. It's baseball.
Exactly.
Man. I'd rather it happen now than when we really need them to win later on.
Exactly. Because we've had the complete opposite happen, where we've had pitchers healthy the whole 06 season's a perfect example. We had everyone healthy the whole time. Right when we get to the freaking playoffs, Pedro's arm falls off. El Duque's arm falls off. What's that other cat?
Juaner Sanchez.
Well, yeah, like his car accident. Like everything happened. Like everything snowballed. So like you said, hey, if you want to get hurt now, and that means you're going to be here and like at your full strength for the stretch run.
It is what it is.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because with the next person we're going to talk about, let's be real. Before you say anything, he was our MVP in this first half.
I think you know what I'm also gonna talk about.
I think I know exactly.
But I will. I'm not gonna kill the guy, but I have to get that out. But yes, he was our MVP of the first half of the season. All-Star Pete Alonso. He's having his best first half of his career. This is another positive development, because let's be honest, folks. Last year was a down year for Pete. Actually, last 2 years he was trending towards the other way, which is one of the reasons why he didn't get the contract he wanted after in the offseason. But he has come back with a vengeance this year, and we have needed him. He has been our MVP of the first half of the season, and absolutely was robbed like last night of the All-Star game.
The All-Star game MVP.
Yes, I'm sorry. I got to bring up the All-Star game again. Again, anti-Mets. How the fuck do you give an MVP? And it's not just because he's a Philly, folks. I know there's some out there, but he just hates the Philly. No, it's not just because of that. It's not even.
No, hold on. Let's get it clear. Okay. We do hate the Phillies, but it has.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. I hate the Phillies, Braves, all of them. Man, fuck them. Cardinals. Hey, I'm an OG Met fan. Yeah, I hate all those teams. Dodgers, all of them. But it has nothing to do with this. The fact that you could give it an All-Star game MVP to a player that went, 0 for 2 in the game? And honestly, folks, I didn't even see the game, okay? Because I have no interest in the All-Star games. I think I saw, actually, BS. I saw 2 innings because I wanted to see what Lindor did and what Alonso did, and then I turned it off. I got in time to see Alonso's home run, so I was happy about that. And then after that, when they were up 6-0, I basically turned it off, and it was family time. So I said, hey, whatever. So in my opinion, There is, and I'm sorry, there is no chance, no way in hell that it should be just swept under the rug by Major League Baseball that they gave an All-Star Game MVP to a guy that hit a couple of home run derby fucking homers to decide a game against 60-mile-an-hour fucking batting practice over a guy who does something in the game that puts his team up 6-0, which for all intents and purposes should have been game over, but it's an All-Star game, whatever. That you telling me that was a better fucking outcome than what the guy did in the game? Fuck MLB with these nonsense. Anti-Met shit. This is what I'm talking about, Ramon. I swear on everything. If any other player this would hit that home run, he would have been the MVP last night. I'm telling you, you cannot convince me otherwise.
We would be seeing it on ESPN, on MLB Network. We would be seeing it like on places that don't even show sports. Honestly, they'd be like live from HGTV. Watch this Shohei Ohtani 3-run home run, and you're like HGTV, like you motherfuckers don't show baseball. Like what the? But that's exactly. I would have rather them just given the MVP to Ohtani for doing nothing, for getting a walk. I would have whatever. Over you give that shit to Schwarber for freaking hitting a couple of home run derby homers against batting practice, coach. Are you kidding me? Is this what we doing in MLB? This is what we're doing now? I like the ending. I like how it ended, you know, with especially the
deciding it was fine.
I love it.
It was fine to decide the game that way, but to give him MVP,
but to give him the MVP award,
get the fuck out of here, bro.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. If that's the case, who won the Kyle Raleigh? He won the home run contest. Just give it to him. Yeah. He had the most home runs.
Yeah.
He had the most home runs during the week.
I mean,
during the festivities.
It's an absolute disgrace that they said, you know what, we'll just no, we can't give a Met player the MVP. Plays for Steve Cohen. No, we'll give it to the guy that hit a freaking couple of batting practice balls over the wall to decide the game to end the All-Star game without a tie. Absolute disgrace and full of shit. MLB, stop disrespecting the New York Mets and fan base like we are retarded and stupid out here. Like we don't know no better what's going on, okay? It's this anti-Steve Cohen crap that they on, and I'm sick of it. Enough is enough. I'm really tired of this shit. I really am, man. But I had to get that out.
It extends down to the teams too. Because now we got to pay Mets taxes that we didn't have to pay before.
Oh yeah, trade deadline shit. Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, you know, like so it extends all the way down. The hate for Steve Cohen, like I've never seen. Maybe, and that's the funny thing. Like he hasn't done anything except for be himself. He's getting like Donald Sterling level type hates from owners.
It's
like which is ridiculous to me.
It really is, man. It really is, bro. It's just ridiculous. I'm just so sick and tired of it. I'm just not going to act like I don't see what's going on. It's just so coincidental. This stuff happens when it's Mets players involved. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm just sick and tired of this crap. I really am. And I think someone needs to speak on it publicly so it can get that attention. Hey, somebody send this video out. Seriously, if you're watching right now, send it. I said it. It's anti-Steve Cohen BS. That is why they do the stuff they do to the New York Met players whenever we get them in. But I want to give a shout out to Pete Alonso. He's had a tremendous first half. 21 homers, 280 batting average. Much more disciplined at the plate. I've noticed with him this year. He's not chasing as much as he was last year, looking for home runs to pass stats for a contract. This year, he's playing much more control. The Juan Soto effect has worked out for Mr. Pete Alonso. They have actually said, hey, we're going to go after Alonso. We don't want nothing to do with Soto in a lot of spots. Even when he was struggling, they were doing that, and Pete has made them pay, which tremendous. Give him respect on that. And if this continues, the Mets are going to have a big-time decision to make in the offseason. They're going to have to re-sign him. Or someone's going to pay him. Someone's going to pay him. So it might not be long-term of the years he's going to be looking for, but someone's going to pay him a lot of money annually
There are going to be a lot of teams that are in need of a first baseman. Honestly,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Washington was sniffing around him this past offseason.
Yeah, and it's a weaker free agent class.
Exactly.
So,
like you never know.
Got to get the money.
The Phillies.
They're
Bryce Harper already said, "Bring him in. I'll DH full time. I give two shits."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's like, and then he even said, "I'll go back to." He was like, "I'll even go back to left field if I have to. Like, just get him in here."
Hey, at the end of the day, Vladimir Guerrero is re-signed. What options do the Mets have? After the season, but
not really much. And then you have the Yankees. The Yankees can always, they can always move on for Paul Goldschmidt, even though he's having a tremendous season for them.
Yep.
But like Pete Alonso is younger, and the dimensions with his power. Imagine him and Judge. Imagine him and Judge back to back. Like these dudes have 40, 50. My God.
He'll hit 40, 45 in that bandbox easily. Yeah.
So like hopefully he didn't play himself out of like the Mets plans.
Yeah.
Next season. Because like even coming up through the minors, like we have a lot of like middle infielders. We have a lot of outfielders. We have a lot of catchers. We don't have a first baseman.
Yeah.
Coming up like the like that. What are you going to do? Put Soto at first?
Yeah. I mean, that would probably be the only thing. And is Soto going to be comfortable doing that so quickly like that into his contract and his prime? I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Hopefully he loves New York enough, and the fans have shown him that we love him. Being here. Everything that he does, not just baseball wise, like all the money he's given, to charities and stuff, always showing up to places, shit, dude, before he got married, I literally met him at a bar in Denver after a Met game, and he was buying people drinks. Like, he was the nicest freaking dude.
Yeah, so I believe that. He's a great person, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and he's a great ambassador for the team, and he's homegrown.
He's homegrown.
We always complain that, we don't keep our homegrown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He could be our dude. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I agree. I agree with you. I totally agree with that take. We want to keep our guys. The Mets are not known for really being rich with position players in our franchise history with those kind of players like that. So, usually when we get those guys, either they don't have a long career with us, or like David Wright or something, or Reyes or whatever, or we sign another guy. He comes here and he's here for a few years, and you go from there like a Beltran and stuff like that. So
Delgado,
Delgado. Yeah. So he's a homegrown Met, and if he's gonna play like this, hey, the Mets are gonna have a decision, man. You can't just let him walk like that.
No,
you gotta make a decision. Now, I'm not saying give the man an 8-year deal. I'm not doing that, but short term, big annual. They're gonna have to make a decision.
3-4 years at like $40 million a year.
Yeah,
I don't see a problem with that.
4
years, 160.
Yep,
I would say 4 more years. Honestly, I would, because every year, like we've discussed before, every year he's improved defensively as well.
Yeah,
like even when he messed up that throw a little bit, like he's messed up some throws. We know that. But you saw ever since then.
Cool. But he's a good scooper, and his range has improved, no doubt about it.
But even since then, you've seen he's taking his time with his throws now. He's not rushing his throws, and I think that's his issue. He gets so amped to make a play, he's just like, take a breath. You can make this play. You read the scouting report. Right. This dude, is not that fast. You're good.
Just no more Lucas Duda shit, please. I can't take it. You got Sanger hurt that day. Please just. Breathe, Pete.
Yeah, exactly.
Breathe.
Exactly. Breathe. You got this. Listen, dude.
I'm not nitpicking the guy. He's been tremendous for this team, and he has been probably their most consistent hitter in this lineup. We're going to talk about they need to address and stuff like that. But hey, shout out to Pete Alonso. He's had a tremendous first half, second in the NL in RBIs. Power's there. OPS is up. That's what we need for him. Checking in with the chat. The Man Cave, salute to the Man Cave. He says, salute to the almighty panel and chat. What's good, fellas? Y'all smash that like button, subscribe button, and share. And always, let's go Yankees. I respect it. Yes, my guy Man Cave is a Yankee fan, but he's checking in, always showing love. For all, everybody out there watching this, go subscribe to my man. The Man Cave does a tremendous job. Talks basketball, talks all sports. Duke, Knicks. You know, he's a Yankee fan, talks Yankees. So you want your Yankee fix, you can go talk to that man over there. He does that. You know, absolutely. And most importantly, he's a New York Football Giant fan, baby. And I can't wait for them Giants. But that's a story for another day. Salute to my man Cave. For sure. Cliff also checks in again, says, sign Pete. I repeat, sign Pete. Polar Bear hashtags. No doubt about it, man. If he keeps this up, we got to bring him back, man. He's going to break. He will become the all-time home run leader in Mets franchise history before the season's over. So,
he could do it before the month's over.
Absolutely. It's definitely doable, man. All it takes is one of those weekends, and he can get.
Yeah, because you know how he is. Like when he gets hot, he puts them in bunches.
No doubt about it.
So
No doubt about it. And listen, let's hope he continues this pace, and it's just hot things up from here. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Now, also a Met positive. 4 hitters in the lineup with 18 home runs and 50-plus RBIs. That is the positive. There's some negatives we're going to get to soon. But the positive is, I have to say, the Mets have done a tremendous job with that. Okay? Brandon Nimmo, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, and, of course, Juan Soto, all with those numbers. And it just goes to show you how dangerous they can be if the rest of the lineup can create traffic and do their job, because clearly this force right here can be an elite force when they are all right.
I agree. Agree very easily. Brandon Nimmo started off even slower than Juan Soto. Like he was at the point where I was like, damn, like, we still have, like, not we, but like we as an organization, like still have a lot of money to pay this dude, you know, like, holy crap. Like, God, it looks like he's trending downward, especially after last year, you know, like you saw what happened last year. And then you see the beginning of this year, you're like, shit, like, is this what we're looking forward to? Right. No, like he's
gotten it together.
So many big hits, I think he leads the team in grand slams. I think he's in 3 this year already. Yeah, like
money with the bases loaded.
The bases loaded, like between him and Pete with runners in scoring position, they're batting like over 350. With runners with the bases empty, these dudes are batting like 150.
Oh, we gonna get to that too. Oh,
you know, like so our front four, our top four, like they're doing, and then every once in a while, like we'll have Jeff McNeil, like he'll contribute.
Yeah, he'll get a big hit every now and then.
And that's why he's not considered the bottom of the lineup guy. He's like 1 through 5. You know, he's not part of those big 4 guys, but he is in that, 5th range. 6 through 9, though.
Yep. Oh, man, we're going to get into that. No doubt about it. But I do want to give respect on that. The Mets' top 4 hitters, they have done a tremendous job. I think they're one of only 2 teams in the league that have 4 players in their lineup with 18 homers and 50 RBIs plus at the break. So, that's a positive in this first half, no doubt about it.
And just imagine like how much better their numbers would be if the bottom of the lineup would get on base.
Oh my God, it's insane. No doubt about it.
Pete has 77 RBIs right now. There's not, and what we played about 90 games in the season already. Like he could have been easily to like 90 RBIs right now.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. You know, it just hasn't been enough traffic from the lineup. It just hasn't. But these guys have done the job, man. They have done no doubt about
it. Definitely have.
Also a positive. We can't not dispute this. The Mets are second in the National League in team ERA. Now, give a love to the pitching lab. Because, listen, if you look at this rotation, okay, besides Sanger and Peterson, who I'm going to get to in a minute, this is, like you said, you mentioned Griffin Canning, guys like this. Even Montas has come back and had his good days and bad days, but it's some good days. This pitching lab has done a good job with the pitchers that we have had to throw out there for the most part in the rotation. They've dealt with some injuries now, so the depth has been a big deal. But the fact that all of this has happened with these injuries and what's been thrown out there regularly, besides the with Senga's injury, of course, and that he had to miss time, and with Peterson being a rock at the top of the rotation, and considering what's been going on without Sean Manaea even pitching until recently, hey, respect is due. Second in the NL in team ERA. And a lot of that I also want to bring up is Edwin Diaz, man. He has been tremendous. He has been tremendous in this first half. He has come back to be, I'm not going to say 2022 form, but he's as close as he's
almost.
Been.
He's pushing it. He's pushing it.
Yep,
we'll see the way the rest of the season goes.
Yep.
He's pushing the hell out of it.
Before the season. I said it before the season. We did a show in spring training, bro. I said if we could get him close to 2022, we should be in good shape in that pen. He has done a tremendous job. 19 saves, 4-0 record, 1.66 ERA, 55 Ks in 38 innings. Been dominant. Made the All-Star team as well. Hey, shout out to Edwin Diaz, bro.
I'm just glad to see that he's completely back from that injury, because I think that's what initially screwed him up so bad. Because you still see some of the lingering effects. Like when the team celebrates, he's like, "You guys go over there." I don't even want to take the chance. Which I'm good with. I'm good with
that. He recognizes it,
but he knows and he knew, because you can even tell last year he knew something was different. And the Mets medical staff. Yes. I don't know if you had. I don't know. Did you hear the story that his right leg was longer than his left leg until they started messing with him?
Oh, I didn't know.
It just recently came out a few weeks ago. His right leg, and it happened April 23rd, the last day he gave up a run.
Oh man, wow, good catch.
He was saying that his hip was hurting. So the training staff was like, "Yo, come see us." Yeah. They checked his legs. They measured him. They were like, "Yo, your right leg is a little bit longer than your left leg." So now they stretch him out before every game. Yeah. Pretty much make him even. He hasn't had any issues since.
Probably altered his mechanics just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, listen, it's working. Whatever they found, thank God they did.
The medical staff, they really, I got to give it to them for that. They because that honestly, that could. Who notices shit like that?
Yeah.
A quarter of an inch or a half an inch,
That just goes to show you the detail. David Stearns and Hefner and the training staff and these guys they have, man. They are tremendous at what they do, man. When it comes to this pitching lab, man. Thank God they caught it. Thank God. Edwin Diaz he's back to being Diaz, man. And we need that.
Great to see.
We need that. How many games did this bullpen, including Diaz, blew last year? We could have won so many more games last year if it wasn't for that pen and stuff like that. But hey, listen, good job by him, man. Good job by him and that staff.
And you know what? Good job by the bullpen until they started, until the injuries started piling up. These guys, shit, man. You didn't even hear about some of these guys, and they were putting up zeros.
Yes, they were.
And now we have Brooks Riley. He's rehabbing right now in Syracuse, so hopefully
he could be a big addition in the second half.
He could be a big addition, right. and then we'll talk about it later. Obviously, what other additions we can make, for that bullpen. Right. I think that's going to be that's going to be whether the Mets go far in the playoffs or in this season or not, is the bullpen.
Right, no doubt about it. And as far as the rotation goes, man. First of all, even with Senga's injury, he's had a tremendous first half. 7-3, 1.39 ERA. And if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have been an all-star this year, no doubt about it. So respect to him. But also give this man respect who did make his first all-star team. Mr. Peterson, 6-4, 3.06 ERA. He's been the rock for the most part, with all the injuries around him in the rotation and the ups and downs of Clay Holmes a little bit with his transition. Maybe not ups and downs, but his transition becoming a starter. He has been the rock, if you really break it down, with David Peterson. And he's had a tremendous first half. And, salute to him. really has come into his own since last year's second half. He is showing that, hey, he's deserving of his pitchability. You know, as long as he's keeping that ball down and not giving up the gopher ball, he is a good pitcher, and he is coming to his own, developed well. Shout out to Hefner. Shout out to Mendoza and Stearns with the lab. They have really turned Mr. Peterson into a formidable pitcher.
His first couple of years, he was happy-go-lucky pitching.
Yeah.
Now he turned into like a bulldog.
Right.
Like I saw him in Colorado. Like you had to see his preparation. I don't even think he pitched that weekend. And just his preparation, knowing that he was going to pitch with the next rotation coming up.
Right.
I was like, wow, like this dude, like he knows. Like you said, that since that second half,
yeah,
it's like something clicked. Like he all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Like, and you can see it. You can see it in his face when he's going against these teams. He did it against the Brewers. He did it against the Phillies. He did it against the Dodgers. He was like, you know what? I'm not scared of you motherfuckers. Let's go.
That's right.
Let's go. Like hit this.
Yeah. Bulldog mentality. That's good.
And I love it.
We're gonna need
especially in this run. And if we make it to the playoffs, those are the type of players that you hang your hat on. That you're like, you know what? Yo, dude, we got blown up last night. Give us 8 innings. He'll be like, got you. Let's go.
And I'm glad you brought that up with the playoffs, because last year's playoffs, they used him as a weapon out of the bullpen to give some mid innings and stabilize things, get tough lefty lineups. This year, though, he's in that rotation.
No doubt. One of the top 3
rotation now. So,
easily.
Yeah. He's earned his keep to be that guy. And shout out to David
him
Peace.
And maybe Holmes, if Holmes can show that he can continue. Yeah, and that's what you always worry about.
And let's talk about it, since you just mentioned him, Clay Holmes. His transition to the rotation has been solid. 8-4 record, 3.31 ERA, man. And let me say, all right, we need him to give us more innings deep. But listen, it's a transition. We can't expect them to just throw 7 innings right out the gate like that. But I think that a lot of his games have been very misleading. He has these stretches during games where he's just unhittable. He's just mowing lineups down, and it's just that 1 inning, man. Usually the 6th inning when he tires, and then he gives up a run or 2 or 3, and then
it just happened in his last game.
Yeah,
it literally just happened in his last game. We gave him that lead 2-0.
Yeah, he was mowing them down.
He was mowing them down, and then he got into that inning, and everything fell apart.
If he could just avoid those big innings where he tires out, and he can hopefully build up some stamina to go a little deeper. Listen, I'll take 6 innings from him. If I can get 6 from him every game, 2-3 runs or whatever, keep us in the game, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I think he has been better than advertised. A lot of people were laughing and saying, hey, you got the Yankee reject bullpen guy to be a starter? What is Stearns doing? All of that. Well, you know what? Hey, the lab has worked. He's had a good first half, and he is transitioning very well into the rotation. But as we say, the innings limit is something to watch going forward. We'll see how the Mets go about things and trying to get things going with that. But, hey, positive for the Mets in this first half is Clay Holmes' transition.
Yep, definitely. Easily.
Yep. And also, the fact that they did all of this without Manaea even pitching one start in the first half is a good sign. And he looked good in his return Sunday, even though they took him out. He came out the pen, but there was a stretch. He looked dominant in that game. And I know it's Kansas City. Royals aren't particularly a great lineup or whatever, but still, Manaea looked good. He looked like, the pitches are there. It's about the elbow, though. It's something to watch. And we'll talk about that in a minute about trade deadline moves and stuff, where I still think they still need to plan as if, he might, just in case, if he's not able to go because of that elbow, he's got the chips in the elbow now and stuff like that. But it was a good sign. He looked good Sunday, man. He was mowing that lineup down. And of course, the last inning he gave up a run or whatever at the end or whatever, and they lost the game. But there was a stretch where he struck out like 6-7 batters in a row. It was mowing the lineup down.
He was hitting all his spots he had them fooled. And it's funny because he's not one of these guys that come out here and throw a 101.
Yeah.
Like he'll throw. He throws finesse. Like he can get up there to 95, 96 if he has to, but that's not his game. So
Right.
he plays it smart. He paints the corners. He goes inside out, up and down. He has you looking up and
Right.
down and left and right, and that's the sign of a really good pitcher. And
Yep.
honestly, he always had that in him, but it wasn't until Hafner got him.
The arm angle.
Exactly.
They
He was like,
changed
"Yo,
his
dude,
delivery.
if you do this, try it. Let's see what happens." All of a sudden, my man, he looks like an A1 ace. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
So
It's about keeping him healthy. That's it.
That's all it is right now. Him and Montez. Because I don't expect. Okay, I think we have our 3 main pitchers for the playoff run already. Staying healthy, it'll be Senga, it will be Manaya, and it's Peterson.
Right. Yep. That's our current.
And then maybe Holmes if we need someone else to start.
Yeah,
but we can always have him come out of the bullpen.
I think there's a chance they might scale his innings back, Holmes, just to get him to October. I can see that, especially if Manaya comes back and shows he can, get some innings and he's back to being himself. I think there's a chance there. I think they might do, and we'll see. And of course, you got the trade deadline, so we'll definitely see about that soon, man. No doubt about it.
And call-ups.
Yep. Which is, yes, I need to see something from that as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the negatives, man. There wasn't a lot of negatives, but we will talk about them. You know what I mean? And to me, this is the number one negative for me. The inconsistency hitting with runners in scoring position. They have, as a team, they're batting .230 as a team, and that's 11th in baseball. And honestly, there was a time period where it was even worse than that. Even Soto's had his struggles with runners in scoring position. The team is just an epidemic. I think maybe Alonso's the only one probably that hasn't had those issues.
Alonso and
Nimmo as well. But this is mainly about the lineup after the big 4. After our top 4 with Nimmo, Lindor, and Soto and Alonso, 5 through 9 line have not gotten the job done. And the biggest reason for that is Vientos and Alvarez have both had a bad first half. Now, Alvarez got sent down, and they're ready to, I think they're going to have to bring him back up.
I think that's what I heard also.
Yeah, he's looked very good in the minors. He looks like he's taking this demotion as a wake-up call, like, hey, I need to start getting my shit together and start being who I am again.
Because unfortunately with him, it wasn't just offensively. He was making gas,
the defense,
everything. It was effective.
It was all in his head, man. He let everything get in his head.
Because we keep forgetting. We've seen him for so long. He's only 23 years old, dude.
Only 23. Yep.
But we've seen him for so long that it's like, get it together. He's still a fucking kid. Honestly, he's still a kid.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with you, Ramon. And he's got to be better. And he looked like he took the demotion, and now all of a sudden he's hitting home runs again. And I did notice one thing from what I've seen about the clips of him. He's gone back to his old batting stance. And maybe he's found something that he's more comfortable with, because they would talk that he was changing his batting stance in the spring and he was trying to do something different so he can be an all-around, spray the ball around more to all fields. Hey, it comes a point, if it ain't working, you are who you are. And if this is what is going to get the best out of Alvarez, so be it. If that's what's getting him done, so be it. Just stick to what he knows. Maybe work on that in the offseason again. Who knows? But right now, I need Alvarez to be himself with that bat. And it looks like he's found something in the minors. And hopefully when he comes back up, we'll see production there, because we know he's got it in him. He's already done it once. He had over 25 homers in his rookie year. So, hey, let's hope that we get that. But to me, the biggest problem has been Vientos. And he got hurt.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt, he was struggling. And when he came back from the injury, he was struggling for a while again. But now in the Kansas City series, I'm glad to see he looked like a little better, driving the ball to right center again. If you know Vientos' game as a Met fan, you know when he's going to right center and hitting with power to all fields, that's when he's right. when he's trying to pull everything and chasing, it's not going to work out. And that's what we saw a lot of in the first half of the season and before the injury. So now, hopefully, he'll build off that with that series in Kansas City where he got some big hits, he got some quality hits, and hopefully he'll build that and take it to the second half.
He especially in the Kansas City series, it looked like he was letting the ball come into him.
Yes.
Finally, like all the way in before he tried to make contact.
Yeah. He wasn't lunging, he was leading back. Yep.
A lot of either lunging or short arming it.
Yep.
Because because like he was trying to, drive it every time, pull it every time. So he was short arming every time. It's like, dude, that wasn't your game last year when you started, when you went nuts in the second half of the season and in the playoffs. That's not how you played. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
And
No doubt.
and it seems like that the bottom of the lineup is having the most issues like with our hitting coaches and stuff right now, honestly.
Right. And they got to figure something out, man, because it's not good. It's not good enough. It's not getting the job done. It's a struggle, bro. They got to do something.
And you got to think, McNeil missed almost half the season. Remember? And this dude missed half the season, 31 RBIs. So he could have probably had 50 also at like the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot, or kept it going. Because since he's been back, McNeil, I mean, he's not a world beater, but he's batting 255. That's probably like 50, 60 points better than all the rest of them. Beatty, Mercutio, Alvarez, Torrens, like all of them.
Yeah. And we see some flashes from Mauricio, but he's just not there with the plate discipline. But
I am glad to hear that he's been hanging out with Juan Soto a lot more.
Yeah, that's a plate discipline
deal. And patience, and because he has the bat speed of no other. He probably has the bat speed of everyone.
No doubt about it.
He's faster than Alonso, Soto, Lindor easily, honestly. Because he put the longest home run on the season here already. That was so like he has the power. He has all that. You just have to learn some patience.
No doubt about it. So also the negative starting pitchers have to be better. They got to and going deeper in games to not wear the bullpen out. And we just had too many games where it was 5 innings or Mendoza had to come and get when the injuries hit. When it wasn't Peterson pitching or Holmes pitching. Well, Holmes has had his issues sometimes going deep, but at least he'll give you 5. These other guys. Tidwell and all that, Blackburn fucking sucks. I can't do no more games of him.
No, he's hurt again. We gotta have like a 5, 6, 7 run lead to bring him in. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it was disgusting. It was bad, and it was really wearing and taxing our pen, man. And we got to do better in the second half with that. We just have to. I'm
gonna give Tidwell a pass, only because he is with the Sproats and the McLean.
He's young pitcher.
And those kids. You know what I'm saying? He was just a spot starter, and they put him in a really bad spot. Honestly, they did.
He's just not ready. He's not ready.
No. Well, he looked a lot better in his second start than he did his
first. Was it against the Phillies? Was it right? Which game was it that he looked better? He actually got to 5 innings and kept.
It was the Phillies. Yeah, it was the Phillies. I think.
Yeah, so maybe he's turning.
And that lineup that's a lineup, and Harper was back from and Harper was back from injury, so
yep.
He did well. So we'll see with him with those kids because him.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about those guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So that's a big deal. The Mets have to get deeper into games in this second half of the season, man, and give the pen a rest. Hopefully they'll be able to do that and also address the trade deadlines we get into real quick. Trade deadline, July 1st. The team needs are, in my opinion, impact bat, starter, pen, arm. That in whatever order you want to look at it is okay with me. I feel like the biggest issue is they need a bat. They need a bat to stabilize the lineup to get through that 5 through 9 zone. And I don't know if it's going to be a tremendous bat you're going to find, but you can find a bat that can help out. And I got some names for you in this situation, even with the pitchers. The biggest names Luis Robert, Robert, if you pronounce it that way. Apologize if I do it wrong. Zach Gallen from Arizona with Eugenio Suarez, who would be a tremendous find if they can get him at third base. But I got a feeling the Yankees going to find a way to get him. But
me too.
He would be a tremendous bat. Zach Gallen as well. Hasn't had a tremendous first half of the season, but this guy can pitch when he's right, man. Zach Gallen can pitch. I'm actually a fan of him. I don't know what's happened to him this year, but I'm actually a fan of him, and he always gives the Mets fits whenever he plays us. Good pitcher. Would not mind getting him. Sandy Alcantara, another name. It's kind of mixed out there. He hasn't had a tremendous, really good year statistically, but he's had some games where he looks like himself, and then he's had games where he's just getting hit around. Maybe the Mets can kind of steal him for a cheaper price than what originally we thought we would take. We'll see. We'll see if they want to deal him at all. Joe Ryan, starting pitcher from the Minnesota Twins. There's been some talk they might listen to see if it's going to cost, though, from what I've read. It's going to cost, though. So that's something that I would think is a long shot, because I think it's going to cost a lot to get him.
I think that any starting pitching is gonna cost a lot this year, like it did last year. Honestly, that's why, like I said, I think I've heard personally that they're probably not even gonna concentrate on starting pitching. That they're gonna concentrate on their bullpen, getting some middle relievers, some setup guys, some other guys that kind of like how the 2015 Royals beat us. Remember, like their guys pitched 5-6 innings. And then their bullpen just came in and blew us away. Let's just be real. They did.
The Dodgers last year too.
The Dodgers last year. That's what they're looking at right now.
Yeah.
So I think that they do want to get they do want to do that, and they're looking at impact bat. I think they're looking at center field and third base. Are there really areas of concern? Unfortunately, if only what's his name, Tyrone Taylor could hit.
I know, it's such a shame because he's so good defensively, man.
If he could even just hit like 250, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have him starting out there every single day, but unfortunately, like he's not. And then the Jose Siri injury was more serious than they thought, so it doesn't look like he's coming back this year.
And you know what's crazy, bro? If we would just be getting more production from Vientos and Alvarez or in the regular rest of the lineup, the bat wouldn't even be that serious of a need. Yeah, and you can live. You could live with Tyrone Taylor in center field
every single day. That.
But we're not there. We're just not there.
As far Eugenio Suarez, I think he's going to be the Yankees. Honestly,
yeah,
I think the Yankees they're going to find, because they've been looking for a third baseman for a few years now. Like even when they had Gio Urshela over there, you know what I'm saying? Like they were still searching for a third baseman.
They just cut ties with Mayu too. You know, salary, they're gonna be after him.
They can go after Eugenio, or maybe a cheaper option, maybe Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. He's a Gold Glove third baseman who he can hit 250 and give you 25 home runs and maybe a little bit more because he's a lefty, and that's in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
you know. As far as pitching staff, if they were to go after starters, I think Sandy Alcantara still has to prove to people that he's healthy. I think that's his issue. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why a lot of teams aren't really. That's why he hasn't really been spoken about like they did in the beginning of the year. Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with his record, because his last 4 games, his ERA has went down, and he's looked like Sandy Alcantara. The velocity's up. His curveball is, like all his pitches are his pitches. So I don't think it's that. I think it's just that teams want to make sure that he's healthy. Yeah. I think that they would have a better chance of going after Edwin Cabrera from the Marlins. But the only issue going after him is that he has so many years of arbitration left. It's going to cost.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Not with our rookie, our prospects that we have. I'm not sure that's the right deal.
So I'm thinking that like a right move for the Mets would be a Zach Gallen. While his price is low because he's having such a difficult season. And honestly, I think that he just needs a change of scenery. I really do. I think that being in the middle I think that being in the middle of a pennant race, instead of being, let's be real, like if you're not the Dodgers, if you're not the Giants, if you're not the Padres, like you got to get lucky in that West, like the Diamondbacks did a few years ago. That shit is not always going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. I take him, bro. I take him.
And then the other kid from the Diamondbacks as well, Merrill Kelly. He's been on the block. He's their other ace. Yeah. So like if the Mets wanted to make a move, they can make a move for a starting pitching, but it's going to cost them. And two things going against us. We touched on this a little bit earlier. There's the Mets tax that everyone's throwing now.
Pisses me off, bro.
Where they would say, give us 2 of your top prospects to the Yankees, to the Cubs, to the Dodgers. They want 4 from the Mets.
Fucking assholes. I can't stand
so there's
can't
that.
Stand the Steve Cohen hate, bro. It's ridiculous, man. But
so between that and some of the pitchers that are on the trading block, they've come back from Tommy John, they've had other issues.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give up Sproat, McLean, and what's this other dude's name? Jesus, I'll remember later. But like, I'm not ready to give up those guys for someone who essentially could be a rental too.
Yeah, Tong is untouchable. I'm not giving him up. Tong.
Oh yeah, Tong. That's what I meant. Jonah Tong. He's no. From everything I've heard and seen, because I've watched his starts.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Tim Lincecum, dude.
Yeah, he's got the same delivery. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's nuts. And the fact that he looked up to him, that was his hero growing up. It was like it was meant, for him to be like him. Hopefully, he can have more longevity. Right. But if he can have more longevity and be like Tim Lincecum,
yeah, hey, that'll be a good look. But I tell you what, if I'm the Mets, and before we close up, if I'm the Mets, I'm definitely calling Pittsburgh, and I'm seeing what's it going to take to get Mitch Keller. And we've talked about this. I think Mitch Keller would be a tremendous move for the New York Mets. I really do. I think you get him into this pitching lab in this rotation, okay, and you get him in there, man. Listen, he's 3-10 record because he plays for the pitiful Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, so let's throw that record out. 3.48 ERA. Okay. Absolutely no run support over there. Okay. No. Hey, you put him in Citi Field with this rotation and this lineup, I think he can win games for you. If I'm the Mets, I am definitely seeing what the price is for Mitch Keller. And if it makes sense, I'm doing it.
I'm asking them about Keller Falter, their other starter.
Yeah.
Because he has like a 3.79 ERA. Yeah. Like they have a pitching lab over there. They got pitchers.
Yeah, they definitely do.
They just can't score.
Yep.
No, they just can't score. Like shit. Like imagine Arizona's offense and that fucking pitching. Like they would fucking run away with the damn league. Honestly,
no doubt about it.
That's how good their pitching is. Like it's ridiculous. And you know what? Like I said to you before, maybe we take Mitch Keller off their hands, give them a little bit extra. Maybe in a few years when they're ready to deal Paul Skeens. But, maybe they're like, maybe they'll give Uncle Steve a call,
Yeah, give Uncle Steve a call when you don't want to pay that tax, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to pay that man his work. We'll take him.
We'll scratch your back right now. You scratch our back later.
There you go.
We'll take Keller off your hands. We'll give you some stuff. We'll give you some cash. Mm-hmm. We'll give you some cash also, so
that ownership is cheap as hell. I know they'll like
the risk. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll give you some cash, and then when it's time to trade Paul Skeens, you could trade us Paul Skeens and Libby Dunn, and we'll give you, like the Statue of Liberty. That's fine. Like we good.
Oh man, hey, you never know. It might happen, man. But
you never know. I think Skeens. I think him and his girl want to be in a big market, and obviously that doesn't just mean New York. That doesn't mean just New York, obviously. That could mean, Chicago,
Dodgers,
LA, San Francisco, like that. That could mean all those other teams. But
anywhere but Pittsburgh. I know they're like, get me out of here. Before that Tommy John hit, get me out of here. I know that's what they think. But for sure. But I definitely would entertain giving Mitch Keller an option call with Pittsburgh and see if there's an option out there, I should say. Tremendous pitcher. So we'll see what the Mets do at the trade deadline, man. It's coming up real soon, folks. is coming up real soon, so we're going to see what they do. And before we wrap up today's show, hey, the Mets return home Friday. They get started against the Reds, and I think it's very important for the Mets to come out this All-Star break refreshed, go out there, win the series against the Reds, man. Reds are a solid team. You know, they're trying to get that wild card spot, but you look at the schedule going right now, out the gate. You got Cincinnati and the Angels at home. Hey, the Mets have one of the best, if not the best, home record in baseball.
The best home record in baseball.
Get some home cooking out the gate against some winnable opponents. I'm all in on that. So let's hope that the Mets come out and they go out there and they take care of business these next 7 days.
These are very
or they go to the West Coast. Yeah. They're important games, Ramon. They're important games because they got to go to the West Coast after that next week. Okay.
Yeah, because it's San Francisco and San Diego right off the bat.
Exactly. Yeah. Right against the trade deadline. So let's hope the Mets get that together and come out the gate firing. But hey, that's gonna wrap up tonight's show. You know, thanks for joining us today. As always, thanks to Ramon joining me, chopping it up with me, talking Mets baseball. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. Any last words before we conclude, man?
No, man. Just thanks for having me, like always. I'm excited to see what the Mets do, honestly, because you think about it. This time last year, with almost the same squad, with the exception of Soto, dude, we were like under 500. Like we were going on our run.
Right.
We were going on our run, but like we were like people were still had us as dead. Remember, they didn't have us in the playoff picture. But now we're actually fighting for the division. For the division. There's no Braves there. There are no Marlins. There are no Nats. It's just us and Philly. Like that's it. That's the heavyweight fight. We hate Philly. Philly hates us. That's all we should be concentrating on. And hopefully they make some moves. Some better moves than the Phillies do, than the Cubs do, than the Dodgers do, than San Diego does. And that will put us over the top this year. Because I think with the squad that we had, for us to make it to 6 games last year in the National League Championship Series, and I think that we're better this year.
No doubt about it. We got way better talent now.
Yep. So, like, you know, just shore up those things that we have to shore up. And I have no doubt that they'll be where we expect them and where we want them to be at the end of the year.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you, brother. Totally agree. Mets just have to go out there and get back to winning baseball like they did before that June swoon. And I think having Manaea come back is like a trade deadline acquisition. Senga returning at the right time. If we get those two guys going and keep them healthy in the second half of the season and make a couple of moves here and there maybe with the lineup and the pen, whatever you want to do, maybe add another starter, we'll see. You do those things, the Mets are going to be tough to beat come October, and they can claim this NL East going forward. No doubt about it. But that's going to wrap up today's show. Thanks, everybody out there, for chopping it up with us, chopping up with me and joining the show. I just ask that you do one thing if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button.
There's a subscribe button right over here. Right down there. Right there. You'll see
there,
it.
Baby.
Right, and then there's a like there's a like button on that other side, like on this side. Like subscribe.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Smash that subscribe button, the Ball for Sports, because folks, I talk all sports. As you can see, big time New York Mets fan. Hey, All-Star break, the second half about to begin, and it's going to be an electric second half and a nice run. Let's see where we end up and stacking things up at the end for October baseball. I talk New York Giants football, baby. And if you can't tell by now, I am freaking excited for New York Giants football. Training camp is literally days away. Oh, my guy Ramon bringing out the LT. You know that just warms my heart.
Go.
You know that warms my heart when I see an LT 56.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. New York Giant training camp starting in a couple of days, literally a couple of days. Folks, I am fired up, excited, and there will be plenty of New York Giant content about to hit your way. Stay and keep it locked on this channel. I talk New York Knicks basketball. I talk it all, man. Big time Knicks fan as well. Hey, coaching staff getting filled out and Mike Brown's staff. We'll see about adding a couple of other players to the vet minimum going forward. I talk it all, folks. I talk New York Yankees. I talk New York Jets. I talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Salute, Mets Nation. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go.